Okay, so for this is for men mostly, okay, because there's a there's a one thing that Chazal taught us from Gemara. We have from Gemara when take out Ezra that a person when he's with his wife, he should go to Mikveh, right? After he's with his wife, he's intimate with his wife, he should go to Mikveh. Why? Because the person by going to Mikveh, when a person is intimate with his wife, there's some kind of impurity, spiritual impurity. He comes about after being intimate, and it's very important for a person to go to mikveh in order to take care of this impurity. And that was taken out as well. And at that time, there was a gezerah, a person shouldn't learn Torah, despite the fact that unless they would go to mikveh. And then they realized that most of the people they are not able to do it, right? So Chachamim they made this they bottled this gezerah after the Kanat Ezra. They said majority of people cannot get up every morning and go to mikveh. So they said a person doesn't need to go to mikveh to learn Torah, and they nullified the decree that they had originally was made by the Kanat Ezra. But right now, there's a book called Tarat Kodesh by Aaron Atta Sal. It's a very big Kodesh rabbi, and he mentioned that a person that wants to go to mikveh, which we know it from the Mekubalim Hasidim, that they go every day to mikveh. There's a certain guideline that he brings down here that is very important to a person to pay attention to when he goes to the mikveh. One of the first things a person should do before he goes to mikveh, even before entering to do over there, very important, he should say and say that I'm coming here to do, I'm here to purify my soul, right? Because this is a continuation of the concept of Teshuvah. A person should, when a person goes in there, he should have this mindset that I'm going to mikveh without, yes, I am also taking a shower, yes, the water is also warm or cold, whatever it is, but the whole purpose I'm going in there is I'm going in to become purified from what? From the avonot, and also there is other benefit that mikveh has is, we are right, especially we are in California. California, they say, unfortunately, is a city that has a lot of impurities, and one of the reasons is, I don't know if it has changed or not, but I was told that this is a city that they make, unfortunately, not good movies here, pornographic movies, and that causes a lot of tumor to come to the atmosphere, and causes blockage from the neshama. And that's why a person, when he wants to go, if he doesn't go to mikveh, that impurity that is in the atmosphere here, right, it causes the person not to basically gain his maximum spirituality. So that would help when a person go to mikveh. For that day, he doesn't have that it takes away that what we call the Rav Nathan says it's like a dust. He calls it dust, chubar. He says that dust of that impurity for that day is away from him, so he sees more clearer. He could understand better. He can get closer. He can understand his Torah better. So that's one of the side benefit of going to mikveh. Just by going and not even thinking about that would help, and that has a side benefit, especially here in this part of the world. We are learning Torah, but we are learning, and then it's not Eretz Israel. Eretz Israel is a Avi Machkim. Here is not like that. Unfortunately, not like that. And unfortunately, the city, I don't know if it's still the same or not, but they say this is a place that they make all these movies, and that causes a lot of impurity in the walls in this location. So it's very important for a person to immerse in the mikveh. Now, a few things that a person should be very careful about. Should be very extremely careful about when he goes. He has to have a kavanah. That I'm here. I want to teshuvah. This process I'm going through, right? Yes, I'm like taking a shower. I'm also in there, but my whole reason I'm going there, I want to become more spiritual. I want to clean my neshama, and that's why I'm going to this mikveh. And with this mindset, you should go in. Now, the Harabata says that when you go there, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't, if your places are naked, you shouldn't have even thought of the Torah, right? And you should be something like you're going to a mission. It's like when you go to Mikveh, you're doing a mission. Your mission is you go in there, you want to get purified, you want to go with the concept that you're broken heart, you feel some kind of harata, remorse for what you've done, whatever you've done, and you're asking for Abash. You could only think, you could mahar here that I'm going to Mikveh, that whatever I've done, I want to be forgiven. You want to show, oh, please forgive me, and you dunk, you immerse yourself, and this by itself, it helps the person to go higher spirituality, right? And one thing how Aaron warns in going to Mikveh, he said a person should never walk around naked. Why? Because it says in the Zohar, it says, I think that's from Zohar, that it says if a person looks at the person's erva, right? Let me see. No, it's not Zohar. It's Gemara. Gemara Sanhedrin, page 92, Sarik Bet. It says, "Hamistakel be'erva b'shton in ara." This is something we should tell because the person looks at the other man's private sexual part, right? He might get aroused. So that's why when in Mikveh, a person should make sure that he shouldn't walk around. Maybe somebody accidentally looks at the person's erva, private part. That's why it's very recommended, especially among the Persian. It's been very customary. Even I remember when I was a child in Iran, when we would go to bathhouse, public bathhouse, we always had what we call long, with like a long towel we would have it around our waist. Why? Because this concept we know from back home, that this concept, it's not just minhag be'alma, it has a shoresh. The shoresh is from Gemara. The Gemara says that a person should not look. So not only shouldn't look, should not cause other people to look.
Sanhedrin?
Sadik be.
Sadi?
Sadi be Amud Alef. So that's where it is. That's a source of it. So this person should be very careful that. And then he says, "וכל שכן בקשר חברו שהוא עוד יותר חמור במבוא מפורש." So he says, what the Gemara talks about over there is talking about his own private part. His own private part, right? It says, "כל שכן," he looks at his friend's private part, right? It becomes it's extremely it's not safe, and here
Dangerous?
Huh?
Dangerous.
Dangerous, yeah. It's dangerous. Because why? Because Chas Shalom, he might might go in wrong way. We don't want to become. I don't want to become more graphic about this whole thing, but it's not. You're going to Mikveh. The whole concept of going to Mikveh is you become a spiritual, become close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now here the Kabbalah says, don't look at your own private part. Kol shekan to your friends, and if a person walks around naked, it's a problem here. So that's why there are two aspects of putting this thing on. One is when a person, Baba Sali HaKodesh, when he was going to Mikveh, he would take off his clothing when he would just want to immerse. Until then, he didn't take off his clothing. Now, in our Mikveh, we cannot do this because the people would not like it because they want to you have maybe want to get dressed, other people want to go into Mikveh, so that possibility is very very far fetched. But at least when you take off the clothing, right? Put a towel and go to shower and come. What's the problem? I think this customer, some people they walk around naked is also from the going. Like this is not a Jewish thing. It's not a Jewish thing. I don't know where they got it. There's a Rabbi Tzadi one time we discussed it that it says there's a Shulchan Aruch. It says a person should not be embarrassed that he should show his brit when he goes to Mikveh. So the Rav says, so it says when you want to enter to Mikveh, not because you want to walk around. There's a bit Mishnah Berurah talks about this. It says when you want to go to the Mikveh, there you shouldn't be embarrassed, cover your brit, right? But not walking around the mikveh not naked and this, because that's a problem. But when you want to go to the mikveh, you shouldn't cover your when you're going down, the Chazal says you shouldn't cover your brit, because it's as if you're embarrassed that you have a brit. So that's the concept, and I think many people they misunderstand this part of Mishnah Berurah, right? And they think that means that when they get to Mikveh, they should walk around naked. That's not the case, right? The Gemara here, right here, it says explicitly a person should not look at himself, and there's in of Michshon. It's a Michshon. If a person walks around naked in Mikveh, he called it somebody is just walking around, perhaps his mind something else he wants to do teshuvah, and then all of a sudden he sees somebody is naked erva. So the way a person should do when he walks in the mikveh, right? He should cover himself with a towel, and also when he goes in there, he shouldn't even look at people until he gets dressed. And that by doing that, he would eliminate the possibility of this problem that is here. And then Arulata said if a person does this, he used this nashon. It's very, 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 very difficult nashon. He says, עכשיו דבר בענייני אפליות ששייכים המקווה שבאים אין נזהר בכל אלו לא די שאינו מקבל תוספת קדושה. And I'm sure if somebody goes to the mikveh and doesn't follow this rule, not only he doesn't get a תוספת קדושה, means a person when he goes to the mikveh gets additional קדושה, רק מחשיב על עצמו זוהמה, but he brings upon himself זוהמה, impurity. Why? וגורם חס ושלום, this is the part that's very difficult, harsh language, לגסס בנטיעות, which means you're cutting down on the spirituality that on the Shemayim. By doing it, it's as if you're doing, not only you're doing any good for yourself, but you're causing what? In Shemayim, certainly spirituality goes down, whatever that means. So he says, be very careful, and he says there's another aspect here. If a person walks around there, nakedness, right, with a mikveh, it shows that the person has busha and mora shemayim aleihem. That it shows the person he has no mora shemayim. Mora shemayim is the pasuk says meluch ol haaretz kibodo. The only time Hashem, you can allow Hakadosh Baruch Hu. The Hakadosh Baruch Hu can come to any place that if a person allows it to Shekhinah to come in. By walking around naked or being naked in your home, right? You defeat the whole purpose and it's not going to come. And it says, well, so people they come in the mikveh naked and they talk to each other without the clothing. That that caused a lot of problem because the Shamayim goes away. The Shamayim goes away completely. The person has to go to Mikveh again because it's like the person has a mission. What a mission? I want to go in, I want to get to Sefer Kedusha, I want to become pure, I want to come out fast. I want to go in, do it. It's like I'm using like a commandos. They want to do a mission. So you go in, you destroy this thing, you come out. That's how you have to feel like when you come to a mikveh. I have a mission. My mission is I go in, purify, and come out. I should be careful not to talk to women. If I want to talk to people, I go out. And outside, I talk half an hour, 1 hour, I talk to my friends. No problem.
They need to come up with a with a list of all these things and put it outside of the mikveh.
Yeah, I asked her, he said we could do it. So
You need to do it.
Yeah. I also please do it. So I'm wondering if I just put this a copy of the maybe talk about it, see if it's appropriate.
You need to make it numbers
Right.
and then put it in English. Do not do this, do not do that.
Right. Maybe translate this and put it down because it's very important.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just serious.
You
Like
need to copy this and put it outside.
right, but this analogy I gave about like if somebody wants to go to war and they say this is a mission, you go in, this is your mission, you do it and you come out. That's how it is with this thing. Otherwise, chas v'shalom, a person sits over there. Some people they sit down. I feel very bad. He says a person. Some people they stand over there naked, and they sit down and talk with no bush. He says look about the Shulchan Aruch. It says also Shulchan Aruch, right? Simon, I think. Let me just see. Simon Bet or Chaim Simon Bet. Also lihyod vega b'li levush.
So they treat it like a spa.
Yeah, sauna.
Yeah, sauna. You sit around.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying. It's also to think of it like a sauna. It's supposed to be mikveh.
Right.
Mikveh is you go in. Before you go in, you say, Chatati, Abiti Pashati, I confess you here, I'm coming to the mikveh, because we are learning right now about the concept of Teshuvah. Chatati, I'm coming to mikveh because of my abonot, I'm going to become purified, especially a person could go to cold mikveh, because cold mikveh, right? You feel that you're soothing. So it's cold. Your body is not used to it. You go through, you're tormenting yourself. By tormenting yourself, right, it causes more spirituality. You are only taking off some of the blemish from your things from your soul. So it's very good. So if a person thinks that way, right, and go with that mindset, I'm going in for this and come out. But here he says, people sit down, stand up, and they talk naked. A room, libusha. Right? If you don't have Yad Shamayim, they don't give you Yad Shamayim. And if you don't have Yad Shamayim, there's a problem because we have a Pikavot. It says, Em Bor Yad Chet. Bor is somebody that is not educated.
Empty head.
Yeah, but empty head, but in what way? They don't learn Torah. They don't
have Torah, right? The empty head from Torah.
Right. They don't. So they're empty in that, right? Then they don't have. They don't have they don't have chet. They don't have the fear of God, and then they do things like chas v'shalom, like they went to college and they have to take certain courses and this is certain thing you gotta do is something this, but it's not the way. But if a person goes, this come on, I'm going there, I want to purify. Even if a person doesn't look at other people's but can't say that. So even though a person goes and doesn't look at the other people ever, right? He should cover himself, right? Because he shouldn't allow other people to look at him ever. Because it says a person looks. There's something called mikshol, which means you are not allowed. Mikveh lo titen mikshol. In front of a blind person, don't put a stumbling block. The guy is walking around, the mikveh, sometimes there are some mikveh are very busy, right? And the guy doesn't mean to look at somebody ever, But if the guy is naked, also he looks at it and says, yeah, it causes problem. It causes problem. So a person, first and foremost, when he goes in, he shouldn't look at anybody. Put a towel, take a shower, go in and come out and get out of there as fast as you can. And that's how it should be, all right? And here it says again, she'asur lihyod rega bili levush is asur, the shucharuch. Is asur for a person be even 1 second without the clothing. So you have to get on this. This is the place to get on the rest, but at least cover the private part. Cover that part. So because and he said again, I know I used to be very close. I used to be by Harvard Tennis room. Sometimes I used to go see him, and he would get up in the morning, right, and he would change his clothing under blanket at home. We're not talking just Mikveh, that other people look at the person. We're talking at home. Also, a person should be extremely careful. Shouldn't walk around with his shorts. Doesn't walk around on snow. We're talking men, not women, men. We're talking men also, women for sure. But men also, they should be very, very careful about these things. That they should walk around, they should have a pajama on, they should have a socks on, they should be Noah, right? And this helps spirituality. They call it in Hebrew Tosefet Kedusha. By doing this and that, by being in Tosefet Kedusha, you bring Shekhinah yourself, right? And that's what it is. And I think that's one of the things that. And then he says, don't talk in the Mikveh for the Rebbe. If you can, just go in unless something important is said, but don't talk the word in.
This sure is guide how to go to Mikveh for men.
Right, exactly.
Guide.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Or how to use this Mikveh, to gain spirituality. Right. This going to help a lot. We are right now learning about the halakha teshuvah, right? When a person goes to Mikveh, Baal Shem Tov HaKodesh, because all the Hasidim they go to Mikveh, Baal Shem Tov HaKodesh, he encouraged everybody to go, but there's guidelines, right? And why he was saying is because when you go with the right mindset, with the right law, then when you go to Mikveh, right, you gain spirituality, then you can see better, you can see things better. Hashem is more closer to you, and you get Siyata Ishmaya, you get help from Shemayim. But a person doesn't follow and just goes over there, as you said, you use it as a spouse sauna, he's not going to gain anything from this. But also it says, again, repeat myself, Chas v'shalom, he might cause more harm and good by doing so. So going to Mikveh is very important. I highly recommend it for every man. If somebody goes there, Baal Shem Tov HaKodesh says, if somebody goes, sometimes we have to do fasting. Can you for the other one not? Person can do fasting, cannot just physically too weak. Baal Shem Tov HaKodesh says, you go to Mikveh, it considers you fast 1 day.
Wow.
That's important. So the person should use this opportunity to do it, but be very careful that you follow the right halachic steps in order to gain the maximum spirituality and maximum kedusha and chas v'shalom. Not the other way around. That what a person goes there and then he harms himself, because we said again, Gemara says somebody look at his own ever gets aroused, or if he looks at the other, so much so if he looks at the other men's ever, and that's extremely important. And he says, don't talk in there, but if a friend of you ask something, make it very short. Because you want to have peace with your friend. Say it very short, but don't carry a conversation in the mikveh. Because if you want to talk to your friend and everything, get out, sit down, yeah, how is everything, sit down, talk, no problem. Business, you come talk business. But there, person should think, this is my mission. My mission here in mikveh is only I'm going in to purify myself, and that's it. I have no other thing in my mind, and I'm going to get out of here as soon as I can. And just make sure that the person shouldn't rush very fast, especially right now it's cold days. When you take a shower, then you go to mikveh and come out. He has to make sure his body is dry, so he doesn't get cold after he comes out. Make sure he wear proper clothing, because we have another aspect of this thing is it says nishmatin afrotecha me'od, the pasuk, and we have to be very careful about that. And this is going to be a very good guideline. If somebody follows this, then Hashem Barach is going to gain a lot of spirituality, and maybe all be zocher to become closer and closer to Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
Amen.
Amen.